Hello, it's Nathan Stanford Sr. and just wanted to show you how to use one example of ColdFusion with HTMX. So I'm going to show the example and then I will show you how the code works. So right now we're going to do the drop down. So there's a drop down where I'm querying the CF Art Gallery to get the list of users, and you can check for their first name, their last name, their email, and I will show you an example. So if I type in Paul, there's one Paul, he's from New York. So if I back up and I say New York, I can see New York or just new, where the new is coming from new media. I added the search for the email, the first name, last name, and the city. So that's exactly what we're doing. Now you can make this select box be part of your form, or you can select this and have it do more things with HTMX. Now let me show you why I think HTMX is so cool. So if you go in here and you say, okay, this is the folder I'm working in. This is the file I'm starting with. Here's the search. It's a basically search input that only has three things added to it. In the header, if we see this header up here, and we go back to our header, you can see that we've included Bootstrap, JS, and CSS, as well as right here we've included HTMX 2.0. So if I go back to the drop down, so here is the input where you're typing in the input. You tell it, I want to do a GET request, not a POST request. There's a HX GET and HX POST. So it will go to this file, filter.cfm, and it's triggered every time I key up and something in the input field has changed. It'll wait 500 seconds because sometimes you're typing and you don't want it to pop up every single letter. You could adjust that to be 1,000 or whatever you want. And then the target it's going for is the drop down ID. So if you look down here in the select right here, it says drop down, and that's the ID, and we're going to show a maximum of 10 in the viewable. This is where the options are going to be populated as it creates this. So it's going to hit this file, and the results that come back from it, HTML results, are going to show up in here. So if we go to filter.cfm and you look right here, we have this CF settings show debug output equal to false. That's only there in case you have debug setting in the server for your local for your development environment to show all the debugging. This will turn that off, because if you don't and you get something back other than those output, a lot of times it does not show. So here we're allowing you to hit the page, pass in the URL. This way you can test to make sure this is working. So here we're querying the artist, we're checking first name or last name or email or city, and then down here, this is the results. We're getting back the value of the ID of the artist, and we're showing the first name, last name, we're showing the email and the city. And we go up here showing we got it ordered by last name and then first name. That's literally the whole thing. So let's go look at this again. So let's try testing by hitting this first. So what you can do is if you come back here and you go here, we can change this for our test to filter.cfm. And remember we did new for New York, and then we had new media. So we can see that it's coming back. And if you did a view source, you can see these are options. These are not just straight text, they're options.